A year since Apollyon came. Our people starved. And the worst of us fell on each other, like beasts. Growing fat on their own people's misery.
What's up everyone, this is Scratch and I got another video here for you, and this time we are going to take a look at another mission in For Honor. This is called Raiding the Raiders. Now, in the interest of spoilers, if you're looking for just some gameplay of this mission, I do have a separate video linked here, so if you want to swap over to that. I don't anticipate some major spoilers in this, but anything can be considered a spoiler, so I will leave that up to you, and the other video will contain just gameplay, where this video is actually going to go through the entire single player level called Raiding the Raiders. So if you haven't clicked over to that, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you're ready to watch the rest of this with me. So let's get started here. We're basically looking at like a Viking mission here where obviously there seems to be a little bit of a civil war going on, and this raider that I'm playing right now is a heavier character, similar to the one that I had trouble with in the previous video. If you watched me play as Mercy, the Peacekeeper, in the night level that I uploaded, I'm now playing as one of those Vikings that was really difficult for me to defeat, so hopefully I can be pretty powerful in this level. So basically what happens is I'm going to make my way through this. My objective now is to burn down the gate, and then that's what that's showing me as how to set fires. And you can see the gate there's kind of highlighted ahead. But this is of course a civil war, Viking versus Viking. This is one of their first levels that they have, and we're just going to kind of make our way in. I did have a little bit of trouble telling which was which at first, but as you can see, the good Vikings, or I'm assuming I'm the good Viking, is the green, and then the ones that we're trying to get after are the blue guys there. So we need to burn this down and not accidentally hit them. So we're going to grab this fire flask, and that assigns to our D-pad, so then we can just kind of stay out of the range here, and we'll set that on fire and make our way through, because of course fire fixes everything. Okay, so we burnt that down. Our new mission is to loot food and supplies. So that can be done by just coming up here and pressing the B button next to these barrels that are full of pears, it looks like, potatoes maybe. And once you loot those, you're just going to kind of make your way through the level here. You can see that the play style is a little bit different with this character. Because they have an unblockable zone attack, and the raider can cancel a chain and perform this unblockable zone attack, and these unblockable attacks, of course, cannot be unblocked. And that's the orange symbol that you saw probably in the other video where I was getting unblockably hit, if that's even a word. But anyways, I was getting hit and it wasn't blockable, and that was what was causing me to get dizzy and stuff like that. So I'm kind of excited here because now I get to have that power. So it's going to change the gameplay just a little bit for me here, but we're going to go through here and just kind of make our way looking for food supplies. Looks like we got to find 3 of them. So we'll just find these hostile blue marked Vikings and kill them pretty quickly. So right there you see I did one of the unblockable moves, and even though he was blocking in that direction, I still got a pretty solid hit on him. It's one of the advantages that you have with this is you don't have maybe some of the speed or the bleeding effect that you get with the other character, but with this character you do have a little bit more power, and you can block easier, and it kind of balances it out a little bit. There's, you play this character just a little bit differently, and the unblockable is something that is definitely very, very useful, especially if you're fighting enemies that are really good at blocking. So we're just going to make our way up here. We have to loot 3 food supplies, so we're going to start looking for those here. And hopefully not accidentally kill my own people. Okay, so just like before, I'm getting tired there. And as you can see, we have observables again, so that's 1 of 8 in this level. I did not find all 8, but I did make note that there are 8 of them in this level. So it looks like you're going to be looking for observables, you know, in all of the levels. One of the things there, you could see that they were coming out of that hut, so I just set it on fire to stop the enemies from flowing out of it. And then we're going to burn down this gate, and we're going to get our next food supply here. Each food supply looks to be guarded by, of course, the fire that I just threw there. So I need to not be dumb and go after that. And then you have these 4 guys that are kind of protecting the potatoes there. One of the things that I like about this level is that I actually have somebody with me fighting, so they can kind of, you know, distract them. So they, even though it is like 4-on-1, they can kind of take some of the attention away from me and even the odds just a little bit, making it a little bit easier to do. Almost got a 2-for-1 deal. If I only could have knocked that fire over to the door. So we'll stop the enemies from coming out there, and we're going to loot this food supply. And we're going to make our way down the hill back and find out which ones we missed. The good thing about the fire is you want to kind of pay attention, because you can not only burn down the gates, but you can also burn down the archer towers, which the archers have a pretty good angle on you, and they just kind of grief you while you're trying to fight people. So burning them down is always a good idea. And then of course you can conserve your ammunition by burning down both the gate and the archer tower with a well-placed throw. So we've got yet another food supply in here, and this time it looks like we're only going to fight 1 until yeah, maybe just 1.
This is ours now.
Okay, so now we will open this one, and that is going to be 2 out of the 3 food supplies. We just need to find 1 more. It's like 65 meters over there in the other direction, so we're going to follow the marker after we grab more bombs, and we'll go get those. So right here you can see like the people that I was fighting with already had burned down the gate. They had already made their way in here and secured that food source. I just needed to come and get it, and then there's another observable. So they're kind of fighting along with you, alongside you, and then also helping you complete the objective. So the next thing we need to do is go and find and defeat Ragnar, which is easier said than done, but I did manage to do it.
I had come from
Okay, so after that, I just kind of made my way back up the hill. I went on a little searching party, looking for different things, and make our way up here to the top, and this is where we're going to find Ragnar, behind this door. There is another observable here, and you can see I missed the 4th observable back there. But there are 8 in this level, as I mentioned before. But this is Ragnar. This is our confrontation. This is the guy I came down to defeat off the top of the mountain. It's a bit of a boss fight here, and don't let my performance here fool you. I actually had to learn some of the moves and kind of pay attention. You're not going to be able to just go in and button mash this. You're definitely going to want to learn how to play the characters the proper way, which is the right way, I guess, right? But learn their moves and learn how things work, and you can actually become pretty powerful. And it's actually a pretty rewarding and a pretty good feeling, especially after dying several times, you know, trying to get Ragnar figured out. But once you get it, you can just kind of completely dominate, and it's a lot of fun. So you can see I'm using some of the moves that were troubling me earlier, like unblockable and knocking him out there a little bit. And just stick to him tight, and hopefully, you know, he runs out of life before you do. That's the goal here. Once you get him down so far, he kind of chickens out, and then this is where the gameplay takes a little bit of a turn, which was kind of a surprise to me, but actually turned out to be a pretty cool way to end it. We're going to run out here, and we are, of course, going to jump on these horses. and I'm gonna chase Ragnar kind of through, you know, the outskirts of the city and the area that I was just battling in, and I'm gonna chase him away. And there's obstacles like these falling, burning buildings, and there are horsemen show up, and there's logs in the way and rocks and all sorts of things like that. So I just kind of have to stay on his tail and make sure I don't lose any health or life or whatever, or lose him, and follow him all the way down here to the end. Eventually, towards the end, he starts to grief a little bit, where he's going to start dropping the fire bombs to, you know, to make it even harder. Sometimes the fire bombs block the only way I have to go, so they are unavoidable. You can see there he starts with them now. But anyways, I'm going to take him all the way out here to the end, and then you'll see the finishing cutscene here. And that's going to do it for this video. So thanks for watching, and you're going to want to make sure you check out the playlist I have on the channel full of For Honor content from my trip to Ubisoft a few weeks ago. There's plenty of more footage there, plenty more gameplay there if you want to check all that out and whet your For Honor appetite before this game releases next year. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section down below. I do read through them and appreciate all of your comments, likes, and support. It helps me to create this stuff simply because I know people are interested. So definitely appreciate those of you who participate in that. So I will close this out, and we'll see you all next time.
What you've done is wrong. You feast while all around you people starve. You and your warriors will learn to live like the rest of us. Or you will become food for crows.
Child! Might as well ask me to pick up for me! We're Vikings!
So that's a no.
Valhalla.
You're in charge now. Join us. We are with you. They weren't much to look at, but they were a start.